We're at the 101 Banquet with the newest member of the Chiefs Hall of Fame, offensive lineman Will Shields. Will, when you were drafted in the 3rd round in 1993, do you ever think this was going to happen tonight?
Well, I don't know about tonight. I mean, you never plan on being in anybody's Hall of Fame. I think it was more or less I got an opportunity and I was going to make the best of it, and that's sort of where I took it as, is that, you know, all 31 teams passed on me twice. So at that time, it was my opportunity to make them all pay. So it worked out well.
Well, they all passed on you twice, and you were kind of an overlooked guy here in Kansas City. It was Montana Mania at the time. The Chiefs didn't have a 1st-round pick. They didn't have a 2nd-round pick. So you were the first pick kind of by default in the 3rd round. What was it like going into that rookie season in Kansas City with Joe Montana and all these big names around you?
You know, I was more worried about playing. I mean, it was more or less of, yeah, Joe Montana was here. It was great to watch, but it was really cool because it was like playing with a rock star. I mean, you'd pull up and there's people yelling and screaming at the bus and everything else, and you know, you're going, wow, this is what football's like. So it was really good to be an offensive lineman because you're not in the limelight, but you still got to make sure that guy's protected too.
Well, with him behind you, take us through your mindset when you were a rookie and you lined up for that first career start with Joe Montana behind you.
Well, it was more or less don't get him hit, don't get him hurt, don't get him killed. So, you know, I had all my P's and Q's and focus on the guy across from me to make sure that nobody touched him. And so I think it gave that bar, it set the bar for where I needed to be.
When you reflect on your career and you remember your teammates and you remember the fans, what sticks out to you the most just about Kansas City and about the Chiefs and playing for the organization?
Well, I think it's the camaraderie piece. I mean, you're with the fans, and that's one thing you love about it. It gets more of a college feel than it does a pro feel, and that's what you like about it. I don't know what they consider the pro, but I know it felt like coming from being in Nebraska, coming here, and still having that same love and passion.
And you made this your permanent home. Your son's got a sub-state basketball game tonight. You live in Kansas City. The Will to Succeed Foundation is still going. You have 68 Inside Sports. Why make Kansas City your permanent community after you're done playing?
Well, you got to realize once you have kids and you start growing up here, it grows on them also, and they just be embedded in the community and part of it. So it's hard to uproot your family and move them somewhere else. Plus, why not? Kansas City's a great place.
Now, the Will to Succeed Foundation is still going strong. Tell us some of the things that are still happening with you in that.
Well, what we're doing is we're going to have a flag football tournament coming in October, as well as we're looking at doing a golf tournament this summer. So those are 2 of our big events that'll come through Kansas City, and we'll do some fundraising here and there with other smaller venues and things like that.
And we've got any future pro hopefuls? They can train at 68 Inside Sports as well. You're preparing some college guys?
We have a few that we've got going. You know, we got a couple of quarterbacks that I think is going to be pretty good this year. They're under the radar now, but they'll surface pretty soon.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And we're with Chiefs Mackley Hill Award winner, Rookie of the Year, Justin Houston. Justin, I guess I got to ask you, how hard is it to get an NFL sack, and how is that process for you learning how hard it is to get that NFL sack?
It's very hard. I know preseason I thought it was going to be easy. I know Thomas said this is nothing compared to the regular season. It's hard to get a sack because I told him I easily get 10 sacks. And he said it's hard to get 10 sacks. 10 sacks would be a great year. And I figured that out as the season went on, and midway through the season I didn't have my first sack. And I was getting kind of worried about getting my first sack, but it's tough out there. Just a lot of hard work you got to put into it, but it felt great to get my first sack.
Yeah, I asked you that because it was an interesting year for you. You have a great preseason, and where everybody, the rookies come like you came in a little bit late signing your contract, but then you have a great preseason with sacks. Then the start of the season didn't go how you wanted. Then all of a sudden you break out and we see the 3 sacks against the Bears. What was that up and down like? And you mentioned Tom, but how did you rely on him to kind of get you through that rookie ups and downs and the highs and lows?
He just always kept talking to me. I know it was times I was down, and he just always kept me positive with a positive mindset. He just say, keep working, man. It'll pay off. Just be patient and just wait. It'll pay off one of these days. And it finally did. It felt great to have a 3-sack game. This is an award that's voted on by your teammates. How special is that they decide of the rookies, Justin Houston is the guy that we want to honor tonight? That means a lot to me, because just knowing that my teammates have faith in me, because you play for each other, not only as yourself, but you also playing for the guy next to you. But knowing that the guy next to you have faith in you, it means a lot.
You set your goals out for 2012 yet? You put them on a napkin or anything?
Not really, but I just hope I can do just as much as Tom would do, or has been doing. So
that's a tall task.
Yeah, it's a lot, but I'm shooting high.
Where have you been doing this off season? Where are you living and where are you training?
I'm in Atlanta, Georgia right now, and I've been training this place called Rock Hard Fitness, with the trainer I've been had it since college, so hopefully he'll get me prepared.
They got you flipping tires or doing anything odd in any strange workouts?
Yeah, we actually are. We're flipping tires, pulling sleds, running hills. It's like a hill 50 yards long straight up. I'm putting in work, so hopefully it'll pay off.
You're flipping tires up a hill?
Nah, I ain't flipping. Nah, I ain't say that. I'm running hills. But I'm
running hills, all right.
That's a lot, flip a tire up a hill.
We're at the 42nd Annual 101 Awards with Chiefs linebacker Derrick Johnson, winner of this year's Derrick Thomas MVP Award. Your teammates vote for it. How special is that for you?
Man, it's real special. If you can get the respect from your teammates, and that's the most special thing you can do. When teammates can vote and say, this guy, stand up on the table and say, this guy is MVP of our team.
You've come to this event once as the Mackley Hill winner, as the Rookie of the Year. Is it different? Is it familiar? What's the feel like compared to the first time you were here?
Well, it's a little different. I'm a little older now, 6 or 7 years later, but it's still an award that your teammates have voted you in, and it's special. It was special then, and it's even more special now.
As Will Shields was being announced as the newest member of the Chiefs Hall of Fame, you and Justin were looking at him and taking his words. You actually got to play with Will as a young player. What were some of the things that he showed you along the way?
Well, just how to be a pro. Will Shields is a guy that plays at a high level on the practice field and on Sundays, and he's just a guy that everybody respects. And man, I can't wait till they call his name to be in the NFL Hall of Fame.
Heisman Trophy Award winner, Pro Football Hall of Famer, and now Lamar Hunt Legacy Award winner, former Cowboys guard Roger Staubach joins us at the 101 Awards banquet. Let's go back to some history a lot of Chiefs fans may not recall. You were actually a draft pick of the Chiefs. What made your decision to sign with the Cowboys and forgo the AFL Kansas City Chiefs?
Well, I was at the Naval Academy. It was after my junior year. I was 1 year in junior college, New Mexico Military Institute. They sent a lot of us there, a lot of military guys there. So I was drafted. It was a non-event by Dallas and Kansas City when I was a junior. So I had my senior year and 4 years in the Navy, and I didn't really think I'd ever play pro football again, or ever play pro football. And I figured after Navy I would be finished with football. But both Lamar Hunt and the Cowboys talked to me about playing. If I played someday, I would play for their team, because back then both of them drafted me, so it was the league was not merged yet. And so I signed with Dallas. And in '69, I joined the Cowboys as a rookie, and Lenny Dawson takes him to the Super Bowl. So that could have been me taking him to the Super Bowl.
Could have been you.
Or maybe I would have been behind Lenny Dawson.
But when Lenny retired in the mid-'70s, the Chiefs definitely could have used you at quarterback. I guarantee that.
I got a chance to finally start in '71 with the Cowboys, and Lamar Hunt was a great person, though. He's a good. He came to see me personally to talk to me when I was in Annapolis about signing with the Chiefs, and we became friends. We used to kid about that a lot, but we became great friends. And he's his reputation and the great things he does for other people are wonderful. And I'm proud to be having an award I'm going to have in my office in my home with Lamar Hunt on that award. So it's a neat deal for me too.
So what sticks out to you? Maybe one thing about Lamar Hunt and his legacy, since this is a legacy award.
Well, I actually talked to him back and forth because he came to see me in Annapolis, so I did get to know him. Got to know him in Dallas. It was his humility. He was extremely generous to everybody that he dealt with. He loves sports. He got things started. He named the Super Bowl. He did all those things. Helped put the leagues together, and he was just. Lack of ego, because it was always giving somebody else credit. He just was a great human being that you could trust, and his legacy. They told me I have the legacy. When you hear the Legacy Award, you're an old guy. So I'm really proud to have the Lamar Hunt Legacy Award, though.
Have you been able to run into any of the former Chiefs and Pro Football Hall of Famers?
Bobby Bell, yeah. I played against Bobby in college. He was in Minnesota, and he grabbed my face mask and spun me around and got a 15-yard penalty for that. Yes.
I thought back then those weren't penalties. They just let the defenders do whatever they wanted.
They got him on that. It was that flagrant. Bobby did not mess around when he grabbed my face mask. But he was a great player, and tonight of course I had a great visit with Lenny Dawson, and I remember I haven't seen Otis Taylor. Is he here tonight? I remember.
I haven't seen Otis.
That's 69 Super Bowl. I know. I can still see Hank Stram on the sideline there, and Lenny throwing Otis Taylor. So.
Well, congratulations.
You don't remember that, though.
I wasn't born. It was about. I needed about. It wasn't quite 20 years, but it was close for me. So I needed a little more time. Yeah. Congratulations.
A lot of memories here tonight.
I hear you. Enjoy your night, Roger.
Thanks.
65 toss power trap.